Mr. Speaker, I recognize the gentleman from Los Angeles, Mr. Lieu, for as much time as he may consume.
The gentleman from California is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Congressman Huffman, for your leadership and for supporting this legislation. And thank you, Congressman McClintock, for supporting this legislation. I rise today in support of H.R. 1487, the Santa Monica Mountains National Recreation Area Boundary Adjustment Study Act. In the 1970s, Congress established the Santa Monica Mountains National Recreation Area to preserve natural and historic sites and to provide recreational, educational, scientific, and public health benefits to our greater Los Angeles community. Today, it spans more than 150,000 acres in Los Angeles and Ventura counties, including parts of the Santa Monica Bay watershed in my congressional district. Much of the Santa Monica Bay watershed, however, remains outside of the National Recreation Area. This includes several miles of beaches and acres of wetlands that stand to benefit greatly from federal resources. My bill would commission the National Park Service to conduct a 3-year special resource study to determine whether to expand the boundary of the existing Santa Monica Mountains Recreation Area or create a new National Recreation Area altogether. The study would cover the entire Santa Monica Bay coastline from Venice Beach to Torrance Beach, as well as the Bayona Wetlands, Bayona Creek, Baldwin Hills, and the San Pedro coastline. While conducting this study, the National Park Service will consult with state and local government groups, community groups, nonprofits, and residents. The study would become a basis for future congressional action to modify the National Recreation Area borders. Expanding the National Recreation Area would allow the watershed to benefit from available federal scientific and infrastructure resources, enabling better conservation and recreational use. It would also help federal agencies enter into cooperative agreements to manage the land and carry out improvement projects aimed at connecting trails, building wildlife corridors, and more. Importantly, all of this would be accomplished without affecting private property rights or creating unfunded mandates on state or local government. The Los Angeles coastal region stands to benefit tremendously from increased federal resources to preserve open space for conservation and recreation, and I am proud to have the support of many of my colleagues in the Los Angeles delegation. I urge my colleagues to vote in favor of H.R. 1487, and I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields back. The gentleman from California, Mr.